Now for the proper start, with things in the right places and spaces, I hope. I goofed with the previous start with no subject and no description in the label. So as soon as I realised I had closed it, which you may have seen that flash in a pan. Boundy psychic medium here, pressing buttons with the fingers and having fun as always. But sometimes it can be quite frustrating when things don't quite work as you want them to, which they didn't because I was too fast hitting the buttons. Anyway, good morning to Judy. Wonderful to see you here. And good morning to Nisha. Whoops, that was a bit fast with the button pressing too. Good morning, Nisha. And we've got Keza. Good morning. And we've got Penny. Good morning, Penny. And here we've got Rose. Good morning, Rose. Lovely to see you here too. And we've got Trina. Trina, good morning, Rose. Oh, your hair looks fab. Does it? I haven't even looked at it. I brushed it. I had my shower. I brushed it. So thank you very much. And hi, Deb. Here we go. I'm going to switch around to the cards because that's what we're here for. Tune into your psychic senses and all the rest of it too. And I keep forgetting to do the silence on the iPad. How do I get that going? Hang on. Just go. No, that's not that one. Here we go. Do not disturb. That's the one. So what we've got here, I've only just set out the 4 cards this morning, and I am using Rana George's deck because they're so pretty, but they don't show up very well on camera purely because they've got all that beautiful gilded, the little trimmings that are the silvery stuff, and they look gorgeous, but they're reflecting not very well. They don't. Purely, they just don't. Now, I'm just going to pull the card out for the owl card, and look at that. It's almost white, so that might be, actually, is it going to be easy to focus or not? What if I fall? Oh, but darling, what if you fly? I love that. Fledging. Getting out of that nest and getting out of your comfort zone. Being ready for someone to criticize and not take it personally, which is basically 5 minutes beforehand. I thought, oh, no, I can't take that personally. I can't have tears in my eyes when I start doing a live show. And that wasn't the reason why I stopped and started. What we've got, we do need to live our lives as our own essential, authentic selves, not continually trying to please others, really. Sitting in that space where we are confident in who we are and loving that self, inner self, so that we can be as the best you that you can be. Now, here we are, and I know I'm the best me in this moment. There we go. Okay, here we go. What I've got here is just 4 cards. I was initially only just going to have the 3, and then for some reason the 4th wanted to come out, so be presented. So that's what I've done. So what we've got here in the first of the 3 is the 3 things coming together initially. It is that crossroads. There's decisions and choices to be made, but it's almost like it feels like it's working up to be something big. Now, we are just past the new moon phase, and we're coming up into the waning being the growing into the full moon, so part of the cycle, which is over the next couple of weeks, going by moon cycles. So here we are with that crossroads and moving it into oops. I've just noticed some of the comments. Sorry. I'm going to read these first. this one first. So it does feel like it's something big and purposeful, and there's something that feels like it's a big decision. It's going to be working up to being a big move, a big choice, and whatever you have as that. What are the options? What is my crossroads? And so here we go. I'll just keep on with, I'll just do these comments here. So Deb saying, hi, how are you this morning? Because I got to there, didn't I? And Kathy, good morning to you, Kathy, as well. And Trina, you're saying, yes, thought maybe you had a, yes, it has been cut, but it looks great today. Thank you. Because it was a week ago, I think I had it cut, something like that. So I'm not thinking of that. And good morning to Nikki. Yes, I am back. I did nick off, like I did have that flash in the pan experience of coming on, seeing I'd goofed, turn it off and delete it. Okay. Good morning, Mary. How are you this morning? And Penny, yes, you need that card right now. Look, all of them are needed in some way or another. And this is what we discover when we're doing these types of readings. We're here for our own guidance, and there could be something that is worrying you coming into your day today. So moving on from that crossroads, make that covenant with yourself. The ring is about that cycle of what life is. It's also about commitments. It's about making vows. It's about covenants with self. It's about the that feeling of continuation and stability, because there isn't a start and end. So we are here. We are continuing onward with that journey and choices that we've got in our lives. It's just it's almost in some sense a security as well, because there isn't that beginning and end, and there is that following on from that even though it might seem like things are going round and round and round in circles, it's actually not, because it's giving that sense of a stability and a being able to know to a degree what's coming up next, but not knowing. And that's why the crossroads is coming into it, because there's certainly some things that need to be um, I'm just trying to think. Analyzed isn't quite the right word, but focus as we're moving through our day, that we're actually seeing what is the gems in it, because a ring isn't just a circle. Otherwise, it'd just be called circle. It's actually got those moments where we can see the gems, that specialness in our day that really brings forward that we've given to ourselves as our own commitment and our own goals, I suppose, in some sense. But I don't see it as the goals. I think it's the journey. It's where we are in this particular phase of, here we are, we've just come to the top, the crest of that ring, where we can appreciate the treasure in it. So see that moment as you're moving through your day, so that instead of feeling like it's going round and round in circles and you can never make that final decision in that crossroad, it's coming up to be able to use that as the chat with the birds. It's the communication. It's whether that's just with yourself, those meetings of me, myself and I type of thing, or whether you actually do have someone close to you that you can chat about what's next, what you're feeling, what your aims and goals are, what you think about some stuff as far as your own, yes, judgments and analysis of things, but putting it in the sense that nothing that we can influence, nothing that we have around us. Yes, we can influence things and manipulate and guide and all the rest, but we don't actually have control over anything. The same as our time and all of that sort of thing. But we can certainly share how we feel about things and all of that as we're moving along in our journey. That is our cycle, our pathway, and we can share that with others so that we can understand better how we're learning and growing in that pathway, so that what we're doing is going to be able to, and this is where I feel, you're talking about it, but you're also putting it into action, because in that sense, we don't stand still. We actually do move forward, even if we might feel sometimes it's stepping backwards or going around in that circle. Good morning, Shaz. How are you? And so with that, move into what you're doing in your day, stepping it into faith. Step into that self-trust, that knowing, that inner understanding. I feel that there is probably going to be things in that discussion as you're coming up with those decisions or choices, that crossroad, that you are going to actually step out in faith onto one of those journeys, one of those pathways, because you can only go, we can't split into two to go into two pathways at once. So there is certainly a choice. But once you've stepped into that, you're going to actually be moving into that with confidence and finding your jewel in that ring, that gem, that treasure, that is in your day going to be something that that you've, this is right. Okay. And trust that, it feels good. Look, even if it doesn't feel good, there, chat with whoever you can to chat and talk about it. because there is nothing wrong with feeling bad. There's nothing wrong with feeling down. We are human beings experiencing this lifetime with emotions and feelings, and they are two different things. And we're experiencing this life. We're not just here as zombies. Okay, so step out in faith and do what you feel that you need to do. Move into your journey of what is finding your gems in life. Talk with others about it if you're feeling that you need that sort of help to decide what is next. Have some guidance. This is part of it. Doing what we're doing this morning. Whoops, hang on, wrong one. Doing what we're doing this morning, or what I've been helping with every morning. It's for me, yes, but it's for everyone. Finding your way of getting your own guidance, tapping into what is your inner self, your inner soul, tapping into your heart space, connecting with your spiritual guidance. We each are body, mind, and spirit. We are all of that, and probably even more that we haven't even discovered. Quantum science is discovering so much more even now. It's all such a wonderful realm of what is possible. Don't limit it just by going one way or the other. Continue your pathway and, trust yourself in where you're going to be guided to, and take those leaps of faith. So I've got another comment here from Katia. Good morning, Ros. May I have a card this morning? This isn't a card reading group this morning. It is take the focus where your eye goes first with those 4 cards and feel into what that's meaning for you, and that is your card. And this time you actually finished the message, unlike last night. Yep. So this isn't the platform for pulling cards for individual people. I might get on later through the day and do that, or not. I don't know. And if I do that, I might be actually asking for payment in the form of buy me a coffee or something like that. And good morning, Rosie. There does come a time where energy exchange needs to be validated with that exchange. I love giving this freely in the mornings at 8 o'clock and at the Friday nights like Leanne and I do, and she does hers on a Wednesday night. And there are certain readers around and about the internet who offer free all the time. It's not about the money, it's about that energy exchange. And at some point, it's nice to be able to have that a little bit of security in having money too. You each and every one of you know that for yourselves. It's no different for card readers, for tarot readers, for psychic mediums, for anyone spending their time freely. But it's lovely to actually have the thank you. I'll put it that way. So now I did get to Nikki Quinn there. Hi, Ros. With the last card with the cross, is there any significance in the 6 of spades? Look, as far as this here, where there is, hang on, I haven't got, I'll just go back to it. I have got the time. I have got a little bit of extra time this morning. I can do this. With the corresponding playing card decks, the regular ones that we know of as far as the card spades, diamonds, hearts, the 6 of hearts, if you like to do numerology, that can be used as a numerological time factor if you want to. It is correlating to the playing card deck. So it is 6 of clubs. This one up here is the Queen of Diamonds, I think. This one here is, Ace of Clubs and 7 of Diamonds. Right, so they are correlating, and I think with most Lenormand decks you'll find the same correlation with whichever symbol of the card that it is. So every deck should have, with the cross, which is the number 36, that could be 9 as a as a numerological factor. The 6 of clubs, I mean, if you want to read it that way, that it's going to be the 9th of June or something like that, or it could be the 6th of September. It's how readers interpret the way that they want to, the signs and symbols that are on each and every card. These decks, I don't look at the guidebook. Okay. I'm looking more at what I feel from that inner heart space. as to which way I'm needing to read it, that spirits, and I don't have them in my ear saying, you've got to read it, blah, 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 blah. That for me isn't how it works. For some readers, it could be. Okay. So does it have significance for you where 6 is going to show up as something that's important for you? Is there something happening in 6 weeks or 6 days, or, it's all of that type of interpretation. And Katie, good morning. You just realised that. Yeah, yeah, that's good. No apologies needed. There's nothing wrong with asking the questions. It's why I love this format, because we can interact. I can show it on screen. I don't have to show it on screen. That's a choice I make. Thank you. Coffee and cake. Oh, I like the cake, but it's the coffee that I survive on. That's why I set up the Buy Me a Coffee, that one that's there. Just have a look at both and see what you feel. I'm not expecting that type of exchange. It's not why I do it, but it is nice. And it's not just for me. If you find that others, as you're joining their space, and they have little links, got to get it right, have little links like that, is just buy me a coffee or anything. Share the energy in a legitimate and honouring way is what I'm going to say with that, okay? And the 4 cards are relating exactly to where you are right now in your marriage and not by choice. Well, that's where sometimes the interpretation of what is our choice, sometimes we have events that by subconscious level, whatever it is that the big plan is that we've agreed to on our soul contract, it is by our choice, but we don't have that memory of choosing it. Okay. There's a lot of different ways that we can interpret how our lives actually are planned out, or how we are actually making our choices, or why, or God, what. That's where we connect with our inner selves and our own soul guidance, our own spiritual guidance, to gain some of that understanding. I do feel that we make contracts, soul contracts, that are from the other side. The other side, where we are when we're in spirit only and not here on the earthly plane, that is home. That's where my belief sits. So, there's so many different ways of looking at life and understanding it, isn't there? Katie, not sure what was in there. Probably an emoji. Hi, Mary. Thank you for the heart. Lovely. And look at that. You didn't even notice the playing card on each card. Silly me. Sometimes it just needs that question to be asked, doesn't it? And others may not have noticed either. So now they do know. Now you know. And all you do is so very much and all you do is so very much appreciate spiritual guidance alongside with Leanne's always entertaining and inspiring. Thank you so much. We just love it. It's really fun. And now that we're going to be moving into doing some of those weekends away with offering readings in regional areas like Whyalla coming up, it's so much fun. Our weekend at Mount Gambier, I loved it. It was really, we worked together well. So, why not continue that? And it's in a way that's really, it's fun being able to share that space in organising, being able to offer it further afield, because it's not always just this method that's the way to go with giving and offering guidance. And there's other things that might be coming up as shared things or not. It's just so much that we can do with the technology and what we have in our world today. Thank you, Keza. Thank you so much. Thank you. Our cars, if you look back at what we had in only just the beginning of last century, cars were not a common thing. In this stage of the century, in the 1920s, most transport was still by horse and cart and carriage and those types of transport, trains. It wasn't a recognised thing that the telephone was common in the home either. The things on the wall that had the dials, and you had to stand up with a little doover at the ear and your mouth at a horn, mouthpiece thing that way. So, and an operator that connected you. So much that we take for granted now, that I'm sort of flabbergasted. How much faster is it going to go when, with what technology we have here now, we will be travelling as our common transport in the air, So I think that's the way it's got to go, because where else is left? We're not going to be able to tunnel through Earth too much longer because it's starting to collapse already. Mother Earth is complaining about how much we're pulling resources out and all of that. You just see it in the earthquakes and all sorts of things that are happening that we don't see, even that's not reported. So put your loving energy from your central space first, your beingness here in that heart space. Feel into it, spend some time there, build up that unconditional love for self, your family, your community, your town, state. Pull it out and bring it into the world, because it is a never-ending source. This love, it is never ending, and we've got enough to really fix what is happening. That's my hobby horse. I'm going because I need another coffee and breakfast. Stevie, lovely to see you here. Oh, thank you. Just watch the replay. That's all you need to do, and share out to others who you feel might need this form of guidance in the morning, or point them to people that you know they'll be attracted to, because it really is a collaboration of souls that we're here for. It's what we're learning. It's what we're experiencing here on Earth. It is not just, even though I say, we do start at self first, because it's me, I know. And even then, I don't know all of me. That's why we're here experiencing what we're doing, who we are, what we're doing, how else we can be of help to humanity, because we are that one in the whole. Okay. So thank you. Thank you, Trina. Glad you caught me today. Oh, have a great day. Thank you. Have a great day yourself too. So Penny, have a great day. And Katia, so true. Light and shade, and have a great day. Absolutely. It is light and shade, isn't it? It's absolutely everything. We've got to remember that we're part of a wholeness. And Nikki, have a blessed day. Thank you. See you tomorrow, or maybe even today later. Yeah, who knows? But definitely tomorrow, around about the 8 o'clock. I did have a few little issues this morning, so I'll try to be here on time tomorrow. Keep being the best you that you can be. Absolutely. And namaste.